You've seen these guys, right? The track-suited terrors of the British school system, the Year 7 Chavs. On the surface, it's just a bunch of hilarious sketches. But today, we are peeling back the layers to uncover a secret, fan-made mythology that is so detailed, so complex, it completely changes these characters from a simple joke into something so much bigger.
Okay, so it all starts with the basics. This right here, this is their calling card. It's their first shot in any confrontation. Just pure, unfiltered aggression aimed at anyone, anywhere, for literally any reason.
And it escalates fast. You got to appreciate the absolute confidence here. They don't just insult you, they question your entire being, your very strength, even when they're talking to fully grown adults in a gym. It's wild.
And then you get the signature move. It makes absolutely no sense, it's totally repetitive, but it's brutally effective in just how absurd it is. The answer, by the way, is always your mom. This is like the foundation of their whole conversational style. And of course, there's a complete and utter disregard for any kind of authority. Teachers, adults, doesn't matter. To them, you're a spanner, a pleb, or a meathead. They're basically just agents of pure, unfiltered chaos. So for years, that's all we thought this was, a funny running gag about some obnoxious kids. But this is where the story gets really interesting. Because somewhere online, a whole community of fans decided, nah, that's not enough. They started asking questions.
And that question changes everything. It's the exact moment where a simple comedy sketch gets a huge dose of conspiracy and a meme starts to grow its very own lore. That's right, what we're about to dive into isn't from the original creator. This all comes from a fan-run wiki, a massive collective effort to build an origin story that explains every single bizarre, violent, and hilarious thing these kids do. So, welcome to Project 7. According to the lore masters over on the Villains Wiki, this isn't just bad behavior. Oh no. This is the result of a secret government experiment gone horribly, horribly wrong. So here's the core idea, right? The government wanted to create a healthier, stronger generation of kids. A noble goal, you'd think. So they created this special vaccine as part of Project 7, but they rushed it. And the side effects? They were, well, catastrophic. Instead of just making the kids stronger, the vaccine made them incredibly violent, hostile, and, as the wiki itself puts it, rabid. The whole experiment was an absolute disaster. And this is a direct quote from the lore. It even creates its own characters. There's this responsible scientist named Simon who tried to warn everybody. It adds this whole layer of tragic authenticity to the conspiracy. It wasn't just an accident, it was a mistake someone was warned about. And here's where this fan theory is just genius. It perfectly explains the whole format of the videos. Why is there always a new group of Year 7s acting this way? Well, because the vaccine's effects are temporary, and each new batch of kids gets a new, slightly worse version of the formula. So, what's really cool is how well this fan theory fits when you look back at the original videos. When you start looking for it, does the evidence on screen actually line up with the lore? Let's find out. The videos themselves give us this contrast. The before kids are polite, sweet, almost comically innocent. The after kids are Project 7 subjects, are confrontational, suspicious, and trying to buy vapes. The transformation is pretty undeniable. Okay, so here's a crucial point. The vaccine didn't just mess with their personalities. It actually worked in one key physical way. It made them unnaturally strong. So that's a testable hypothesis, right? Do we ever see any proof of this? Oh, yes, we do. Remember that gym scene? Here we have an 11-year-old effortlessly lifting weights that grown men are struggling with, all while calling them weak. See, according to the lore, this isn't just bravado, it's a documented superpower. The fan wiki does not pull any punches. I mean, it treats them as legitimate villains, even cataloging their crimes with this clinical seriousness. We've got assault, robbery, even attempted murder. In the world of the lore, these kids are not just bullies. They are a genuine recurring threat. But the lore goes even deeper, because every good group of villains needs a leader. And in the middle of all the chaos, with each new generation of Year 7s, there is one constant. One name that pops up again and again, Will. According to the lore, Will is the linchpin. He's the alpha of every single group. He's the one who starts the hostility and seems to be directing the others. He's not just another member, he's the source of the group's entire anarchic energy.
And this right here, this is probably the most important rule in the entire mythology. If you go back and watch the videos, you'll see it play out. The second someone lays a hand on Will, the rest of the group absolutely explodes in a frenzy of rage. It's their trigger, their berserker switch. The lore actually gives a reason for that sudden dramatic escalation. And that's really what's so fascinating about all this. This isn't just a fan theory. It's an act of collaborative world building. Fans took a series of chaotic, funny sketches and basically reverse-engineered a whole coherent universe with rules, with stakes, and a surprisingly tragic backstory. It gives meaning to all the madness. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The creator made the characters, sure, but the community gave them their story. It's this perfect example of modern storytelling, where the line between the author and the audience gets all blurry, and it creates something far richer and stranger than anyone could have imagined. So, who's the real storyteller here? That's something worth thinking about.